Hi guys, Jordan from P&P Campers. Just going to be doing your handover video on your 18 plate Transit. So if we start under the bonnet, which straight away I'll show you, there's not a bonnet release cable inside the cab. You have to use the actual ignition key, pop it in there and then turn it to the left once and then to the right, and then that should release the bonnet like that. So on the left hand side we've got the washer fluid, brake fluid up here attached to the servo down the back, power steering fluid at the front, top up your engine oil from this cap here, and then you check your oil from the yellow dipstick down there. Your battery terminal is here, so if you wanted to jump start the van, that's the positive for it, and then you could find a negative somewhere under the bonnet. There probably is a negative, like a specific negative for it. I'll have to have a little look for it, to be honest. I should have been better prepared. But you could find any sort of like lumpy piece of metal under here to ground it. So okay, yeah, and then we've got the coolant over here on the right hand side, the engine coolant. Yeah, so you know, it's unlikely you ever have to look under here and sort of change any of this, but if you ever needed to, then that's where you should go. Okay, so if we carry on now to the near side, to the passenger side, we open up the door. Got a couple of things, so you can unlock and unlock the cab on the passenger door, and you've got your passenger airbag switch there. Your fuel is from this cap, which you need to have the door open for, so that's why they've not really got a specific kind of lock on that, because you have to have the door open and unlocked anyway to open it. So that's how that works. And obviously at the top you've got your diesel, and underneath that is your AdBlue, so you can literally fill it up like that. It will come up on the dash telling you when to do your AdBlue as well. Yeah, okay, so if we carry around the outside, got your tow bar and your tow ball eye, or towing eye at the bottom, ready for hooking up. Just whilst we're here at the back, I'll just show you, obviously you've got the back of the bed here, storage in this sort of bottom locker here, quite a lot of it as well, and then you've got access to this big side locker here, which I'll show you a few bits in when we're on the inside in a minute. Your actual 240 volt hookup point is just here on the outside. The van's not been cleaned properly just yet, so that's why it's looking a little bit dusty, but there you go, that's where that is. So if you want to use your plug sockets on a campsite or at home, and that's where you go for that. On the other side, the other sliding door, we've got a few bits here to sort of note. You've got your freshwater tank, which is just this sort of big bottle here, so you can undo the cap here, or the latch to sort of take this out there. I think it's a 10 litre, yeah, 10 litre freshwater little tank there. And so when you do come to taking that out and then filling it up or emptying it, you literally just pull this red bung out from the top of the tank and then pull the pump out, and then you can do what you like with, you know, emptying it, cleaning it, whatever. But just make sure that when you're driving and when you're using it, push that red bung back in so that it won't splash up and out of the tank when you move around. The cap for that is just next to it as well. So next to that we've got the LPG locker. So you've got literally a, what's that, 904, might be a 907 camping gas bottle. So all of these camping gas bottles, this size, this sort of style, have got the same top for the regulator. You literally just spin it off. So if you took this out and then you spun it off of that regulator there, you can literally just plonk your other bottle straight onto that. You have also got a separate regulator there as well, because the van's over a certain age, under a certain age, sorry. It needs to have the regulator there on the side as well. So to turn it on, you literally, I'll just pull this out of the way for a sec. Whoop, put that down there. So to turn it on, you need to go anti-clockwise round to the left, like that. So if you go all the way on, so that when you come to turning it off, which is clockwise round to the right, you can't go wrong, you can only go one way. So turn it all the way on when you're going to use it, and then you'll come back to it and only be able to turn it one way. which is clockwise for off. Yeah, that don't have to be too tight, just sort of hand tight on that, and then that'll stop it from sort of pumping anything else through. I will pop that back on in a minute, but I need 2 hands really to do that. So we've got this here, which is your 240 volt charger. So when you've got your hookup plugged in, this will automatically start to, or in fact, actually I think you do, when you plug the hookup cable into this, I didn't do this specific hab check, so I'm not sure about this actual charger, but some of these ones you have to come outside or reach your hand over and just push the button until it says it's charging. This might not be the same, but you know, sometimes you do. So if you just click it so that it starts charging up above 12 volts, you're good to go. The batteries sit under the driver's seat there. Yeah, so that's your 240 volt charger. And then the rest of it here is the back of your 12 volt fridge. So you don't have to touch any of that. That's all, you know, totally like its own thing. You don't need to keep on top of anything there. But yeah, it's just there for easy access really. But obviously when you've got this door shut, it's all nice and tidy and you can't see anything anyway. So yeah. So we just hop in now in the cab. Got a few things to show you. So actually, if I just properly jump in, it'll be a bit easier. So look at the key in the ignition. Straight away, we've got 6-speed manual gearbox, and reverse is lift up on this bottom piece here and over and up to the top for reverse, and then you get your little camera coming up on the middle screen there. That comes on and off automatically as well. So in the middle, really nice and easy, self-explanatory really. I mean, you've got radio, media, go through and choose you know, your whole setup. Lock and wheel nut key is here, so if you ever need to get any of your lock and wheel nuts off, that's the bit you need to go to. I'll leave that in there. You've got your cruise control dials in here, cancel and resume at the back, and also it's got a limiter on it as well, so you can go through and sort of make that how you like it. You just got sort of go through and choose settings up on here, you know, make it your own. Hands-free settings over here on the right hand stalk, and you've got your volume up and down there as well. Your indicators and your sort of flashing full beam is on the left hand here, so like that, and then if you want to flash, it's obviously like that, and then the other way to hold it on. Wipers and washers on this side, and then you can set your sort of wiper speed in the middle dial there. You've got your lights over here on the right hand side, just down here, so that's dip beam and that's normal beam, and automatic over there as well. Your actual headlight aim, or your sort of aim assist there, you can go through and set the aim of your headlights like so. Brightness of your dash is what these little lights are here for, and then you've got your front and rear fog lights there as well. All right, so yeah, quite a lot to sort of go through. Your fan speed setting is on the left hand side there, 0 to 4. Recirculate is that button up there, so that sends the air around inside the van. Your air conditioning and temperature setting is just here, and then this is one you go through and check where you want the air to go, if you like. So you set it to just the windscreen is there, feet and your face is that one, just your face there. You go through and sort of make it your own. Yeah, so I think that's about it. The horn's in the middle on the actual centerpiece of the steering wheel. Yeah, I think that's it. You can also adjust your wing mirrors and fold them in, I think, as well. There you go. Yeah, like that. And push it up again, or down again, sorry, to open them up. And then you can aim them around. So now this is going to be doing this mirror, now it's doing that mirror, and then you can sort of go through and just move them to where you need them. Yeah, so again, you can unlock and lock the cab from inside on this door as well, and also do your windows up and down from there. All right, so if we go around the inside now, just jump out. So I've got this here, which is I think it's awning or something like that, but I've just pulled it out of the way for now just so I can show you around the inside a bit easier. I've got your table here, so this is the table that was just down here. That's how it goes up on there, so it literally hooks onto these this metal bar, and then this leg comes out by pushing this little button in. Your fridge, straight away, how I opened that is literally push it like that and then it'll open up. Your 12-volt fridge, which way is it? There you go. So make sure that you open this up here before you try and open that up. So yeah, 12-volt fridge, super easy. To turn it on, you just literally push and hold on this button here, and that'll turn it on. I can feel in here already, it's really cold, so it's already been on for a little while. Yeah, not really much to show you if I'm honest. It's pretty easy. Literally just make sure, I mean, you can have it on when you're not driving or when you are driving, makes no odds really. Obviously just make sure you don't drain your battery out too much. So if you're going to be using it for a long time at a campsite or something, then even though it's a 12-volt fridge, it is best if you can hook the van up so that you keep the batteries topped up whilst you're using it. But obviously when you're driving somewhere, it makes no difference because you're charging the battery whilst you're driving anyway, so you can leave that on the whole time you're driving. Yeah, that's it. So that's tidy and away like that. Both of your hobs up here have got thermocouples on them, so that's a little bit of metal sticking up at the back. Both got them there. So what that does is, it means that if you light one of these up, or both of them, whatever, and then somehow the wind or somebody blew the flame out, the thermocouple would notice that there's no burnt gas coming through, and then it would, you know, shut it off so that the gas can't keep pumping through into the van. So, you know, they've been checked on the HAB check and that's all good. Your ignition, it's a piezo ignition system, so you literally need to push this button down however many times it takes, and then you get a little arc, electric arc across from these two. So I don't know if you can, sometimes it's a bit awkward to see it on the camera, but it is working every time, but the camera can't pick it up sometimes, so there you go. So yeah, that's how you light those up, and obviously this is your left hand one and your right hand one. So that's a Dometic system. This whole little unit is a Dometic, so it's a nice standard but good quality little unit. Pump, obviously you literally just use it like that. Couldn't be much easier. That's it, just cold water obviously, just running from that tank underneath I showed you. I'll leave the bung out. Okay, so you got a little sort of cupboardy bit up here above, and then that'll just sort of close down and shut. So a few bits to show you down here. You can also get to the tank from inside, but it's much easier from outside, so I'd obviously advise you to do that. But the only thing to sort of make you aware of is that gas isolator there. So that's the isolator for the hob at the top. So if you thought you had a problem with it and you thought it was leaking gas or something happened to it, you can isolate it from the gas bottle from there. Obviously if you do have a problem, then let us know, but you know, it's brand new, so you shouldn't have many issues with it at all. But yeah, that's where you can isolate it from. Obviously if you do get a problem with it, you can turn it off at the bottle anyway, but you know, just for safety, that's what they're there for. In this locker here, you've got sort of your electrical bits. So you've got these two plugs in there, and you've also got your fuses up there. There's a little diagram at the top telling you which fuse is for which fuse is for what, sorry. Yeah, it's basically just wiring in there, to be honest. Right, so the left-hand switch here is what does your lights. The other one is a spare, all right, just so you know it's not working. It's just a spare. This one doesn't do anything, but this one does all of your lights around the van, and the one on the ceiling there is touch sensitive, so if you touch that, it will turn on its own. These will work when your hookup's plugged in, because it's a 240 volt unit. You know, you can pop that away like that or back up wherever you like it. Again, just storage up there. And then probably the most important part for me to show you, to be honest, away from the motorbike, is this. So this is your RCD and your couple of MCBs as well. So just like a household sort of system, you've got like a trip switch basically. So if you put a dodgy plug, a dodgy something into one of your plug sockets, then that's where it will trip from in there. So yeah, obviously that's been checked as part of the HAB check as well, so that would have been checked that it does do its job properly. If you have a hookup plugged in, you can test it yourself just by pushing this button, but it won't work unless you put a hookup cable into it. All right, so it won't flick it down. But yeah, so that's where that is, and I will pop this back in there as well, but I just needed it out just to show you. If I just show you how the bed works as well, so it is really easy. I do need 2 hands to do it, which is why I'm not going to actually pull it out, but you literally need to pull this lever up like that until you feel it sort of push over something, and then just pull it out. There's a little, the metal under here is what really you need to grab hold of, but obviously careful of your fingers. But literally lift that up and pull it out towards you, and then it will just lay totally flat, and that is it. You know, it couldn't be much easier than that. Sometimes they're a bit fiddly, but yeah, nice and easy, that one. You've got a little battery indicator there and a 12 volt, well, USBs, sorry, which is 12 volt, but it's USB. Your TV, obviously connected to your socket up there, 12 volt socket. You literally pull down on this to release it from this little bracket, so you can put it wherever you want it, and then pop that back away just by pulling it down. I'll show you. Pulling it down and then pushing it over. Like that. Alright, so yeah, okay, so I'm not sure what else I can show you, to be honest. I'm going to turn your seat around there, your 2 passenger seats. I'm going to turn them around and lock them in, so that it's ready for driving away. I'll get the roof down and secure that up, and then we'll get it cleaned. But yeah, other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to go. So thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks very much.